much too early, or it's far too late. Maybe I'm too old now, or just afraid that you'll walk away. Too close, but too far away. It's much too early, or it's far too late. Maybe I'm too old now, I'm just afraid that you'll walk away. You're across the room from me, but it's an ocean wide, and the current's pulling us, dragging me aside. Or you're a constellation, and I'm just a star, blinking in the universe, but you'll never notice me at all. Just believe me, even if the words don't come out, they're here inside my head, stuck inside my mouth. I do need you. Ooh, I love you. I do need you. Ooh, I love you, love you. I do need you, need you. I do, I love you. I do need you. I love you, love you. I do need you. Ooh, I love you. I do need you.
I wish we stayed the same. I got way too many thoughts in my brain. I got memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you changed. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe her, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood. Oh, 'cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down, and I don't know if I want to. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm
Yeah, hello, Nitro fan here. Mini RPG of the week. It is time. Sorry for the mute about Nua. Very unfortunate thing to happen. I don't know why. We don't know why. Super weird stuff. You know, it's Twitch after all. Stuff happening. Yeah.
Hear me. Oh, we did it. It's Mini RPG of the Week. Nitro, welcome. And I'm sorry for week one, the first time you've ever been here, your second ever cast. And the first one was a little while ago. And you've been dropped in it like this. Welcome. It's lovely to have you on. Why don't you tell Chad a little bit about who you are just before we get into things here properly?
Well, Nitro fan, team news muser, I would say. So basically about Trickmania, I'm doing all of the transfers in Rezo, including the Mini RPG of the Week results, which is going to be posted tonight. Part of the loading team for TM 2020. And yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Monster Cat fan also.
Yep. A big Monster Cat fan, and of course we have the music here thanks to Deployer paying for a license. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Yeah, and it is always great. We do talk about it anytime we get to our top four, the fact that they are playing at that point to get onto the TM news announcement as well. Deployer there bobbing his head. Shiba Inu, he's turning into a VTuber before our very eyes. It's going to be a fun time. We're looking forward to tonight. As always, the format for Mini RPG of the Week is 15 minutes of discovery on a map none of these players have seen before. The only people who have seen the map are our lovely admin and of course the mapper themselves. After 15 minutes of discovery, we head into a cup of the day style knockout. Nitro, we made a change a couple of weeks ago. We went from the usual 4 people knocked out in every round to 8 people being knocked out until we get down to 60 players, because when we're averaging players from 80 to 100 on kind of each week, we need to get rid of some of the early rounds a little bit quicker.
Yeah, because it stresses some people where you are maybe 100 and 4 players get eliminated. You know it's going to take at least 1 hour and 30 minutes to finish the event. So yeah, 8 players. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, is too many players, absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing how these first rounds go. The mapper this week is Nickel M, one of 2 resident mappers here for Mini RPG of the Week, the other being Ars Velu. Couldn't make last week's map, but here we are, second week of the month, and Nickel M has provided us with 3 Alpha Hour, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. He's promised us a map that is maybe a little bit more discovery heavy than our usual Mini RPGs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thrilled to see the map, because Mini RPG, the thing is, you can have so many styles, I would say, like bait maps, flowy maps. So let's see how this one is. Can't wait to see the players on the server joining, actually. And yeah, let's see how it goes. And 15 minutes.
They're starting to get in there, absolutely, and we should be cutting over to them very briefly. Of course, I think this has been described a little bit, and I mean a couple of spoilers as we get ready to load into the map as a bait map. We have been told by Nickel M that maybe this is a little bit of a bait map. Of course, one of the stipulations for Mini RPG of the Week maps, is that there is a GPS, because it's only 15 minutes. Players need to find the way. So we're going to figure out very quickly how a bait map actually works with a GPS, because those are not 2 things that you normally think go together very well.
Yeah, some players struggle with quick learning. I know there's 2 categories of players: the fast learning players, and the one who takes a bit more time to learn and to see to the path in overall. So yeah, let's see how it goes. GPS might help the not fast learning players, but let's see how the fast learning players are doing.
Let's see exactly how quickly they can learn. Mini RPG, a style that does reward those fast learners, but it is going to reward those just straight up good players. The longer we go, the better. We're going to try and get on board with the GPS. I'm not sure it has worked out, as the players are looking for the GPS themselves at the moment. Is there GPS? Maybe we've been lied to about this one. Either way, we're on board with Area, goes through checkpoint 1, and is going to go for this early quarter pipe jump. And I'll say it, I don't think this is the right way at all.
Maybe it is. Free will on the path, not usually what you want to achieve, I would say. So, well, we'll see. But free will, it's already dangerous. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Deployer himself going looking for the going hunting for the GPS is quite fun.
Ooh, and we have Flo right now, which is my manager for loading, going in. Not going on the right path, I think. I doubt. don't want to take the thrill. Oh, that's
I think Flo's figured
interesting.
it out. Yeah, absolutely. So players have confirmed in chat that, yeah, no, there is a GPS. You just need to figure out where it is, which I think is a very funny thing to do on a mini RPG, is especially on a bait RPG, is be like, oh yeah, you can have the GPS if you can find it.
Exactly. I mean, you have to figure out the path, but if you can't figure out where the GPS is, well, you are in a lot of trouble. Definitely. Well, that's not the right path, Flo. No, not in water. You don't,
I'll say, I don't think there's going to be a pool climb in a mini RPG. It seems a little bit unlikely.
It's not khaki. I thought it was mini RPG, not khaki. Oh yeah, water climb? Nah. I hope it's not.
Oh, there's the GPS.
Okay,
Oh, that's
it's
so
backwards.
funny. There's a skill jump to get to the GPS. That is legitimately cruel, Nicolem.
Nicolem, what have you done? Man. Nah, that's true. That's so mean.
Like, look at this. We're struggling to get into it still. It's actually quite hard, especially for kidder players, to get up into this one. We're gonna get it this time, Swiel. This attempt. No, you need to carry the speed. I don't think so. I don't think he's got enough. Does he have enough speed for the jump? Does just about into the GPS.
No, he doesn't.
He's taking it wide. All right, Deployer, this is your time to shine. You gotta get into this GPS for us, buddy.
Yep.
Send out a call to production. Or we could jump on board with Branko, who I think is going to provide a GPS of their own for us as we get through this one. Does have no times yet. In fact, there are no times at all, and we are 3 minutes into this warm-up. This is a mini RPG of the week first.
I mean, considering that few players have 1 second, are 1 second behind the first, but I don't know what Glast is, for example, which is super interesting because we are seeing the back of the pack, I would say. So, yeah, let's see. I mean, he's on the right path for sure. Yeah, he got it. Nice. Right now, what you want to do?
Well, this is the problem. We haven't seen anyone make it to checkpoint 4 yet. The question is, where is it? It's definitely not to the left. All right. The question is it up over this dirt quarter pipe at all? Is it a turnaround on the dirt quarter pipe, potentially? I don't think so. I don't know if you'll land in a turnaround there.
I think I saw the way, but I don't know if it's the right way, though.
I think these players would take any way at the moment, whether it's right or not.
There is something on the right. I don't know if a player is watching the show right now, but there is something. That's what I'm gonna say at the moment.
There's usually someone. It's not to the right. It's a full turnaround.
It's not to the right.
And it's an interesting turnaround because it's not a jump. It's trying to get as high on that dirt as possible, carry as much speed as possible, and then get into that next section. That's going to be interesting to watch in rounds. We are seeing finishes start to come through. So 8 players now, at least, have made it across that line. And we are going to see a few more come through in the next few seconds.
Take 1-5 for Branko. What is he going to do?
Get lost immediately.
Boost. I think he saw it. He knows the way now, but he saw the arrows. You know when there is arrows, you know you're on the right path. Or maybe not.
That feels like the right path. I think he's just given himself a very awkward respawn. I think you're going to want to see players going left of that hole on a normal route through the track, and that booster is just there for the full standing respawn. Yannick's, meanwhile, is going to get a nice finish here. How high up the leaderboard is that? Not very is the answer, as he goes for another respawn. Just trying to learn this finish, and this is something we do like to see. Something I like to see is players actually taking their time to try and figure out strats on these runs. It doesn't matter what your time is in this first 15 minutes. You're just looking for it, and Yannick, having done that, having reset a few times, has found the risky finish.
That is interesting with the reactor. You don't see that often. I mean, a reactor when you have to climb a wall, then doing the finish after it. That is super original, I would say.
Yeah, well, you say super original. Nicolem, in the document, in our handover document, did tell us that he has borrowed this risky finish from the Gulosity map from ZR. So wanted to give a shout out there to make sure that ZR's got credit for that, did come up with that one, and it is a super cool risky finish, and we'll see, I'm sure, plenty of players failing that as time goes on as well.
Exactly, because there are, again, 2 categories of players. One who are going to be Marius-like, so go safe finish. But I think on some stages of the map, some stages of the event, you have to go hard, and yeah, reactor, yeah, it will help definitely.
Yep.
And Nex is kind of struggling, though he has the way, so I don't know what he's doing.
That was interesting. I think maybe he wanted to see there at least once exactly what a standing respawn looks like on that finish. Again, that's something I like to see, right? Because there are going to be times when you have to recover in Mini RPG of the Week, right? Like, there are going to be times when you make a mistake. That's inevitable. And there have been weeks where we've seen some of our top players make a mistake and they just don't know the recovery lines. They just fall further and further behind because they've practiced going really fast. They have great times, but they just can't figure out what to do once they're not on the perfect line.
Exactly, because like you can do a perfect run, but the perfect run isn't always the same. You can do a few mistakes, and maybe adjusting is the way to go. But yeah, you have to risk it, or risk the biscuit, or safe. I don't know what rhymes with safe, fortunately. But yeah, like
I'm the
figuring
native
all the
English
path
speaker
possible.
here. This is a lot of pressure. The fact that I don't know what rhymes with safe is starting to freak me out.
I don't know.
Cafe?
We'll see.
Cafe. If we just mispronounce cafe, I think we get there, right? Cafe.
Cave. Nah, you have to respect cafe, please. Cafe.
It's fine. It's not like there's many French speakers in the Trackmania community. I'm sure I won't get in trouble for that one at all.
Yeah, not a lot of French players. Yeah, maybe the first nationality in terms of players on Trackmania with the Germans. So I don't know, maybe. Like American borrow our words. Like you can't blame them.
That's true. Yeah, I mean they're good words, all right. Like I mean it's not really their fault. Get Cos though. I'm seeing interestingly on this one. I'm not sure if it was a compromised exit from that third turn, or if he does genuinely want to see if it is faster to kind of go through there and try and take the booster, even on a run where you're not safe respawning. It doesn't look like it will be, I think, is what we have to say after that little experiment.
Okay, yeah, Kozo has seen the hard finish. Now time to figure it out. We're gonna keep it. The good thing is you're gonna have the reactor for a long time. But yeah, depends on how you're gonna fall. You're gonna be on the wall, and how, like this situation, you avoid it.
Once all four wheels are down there, you're not making it onto the wall. The plastic there at least helping, making it a lot more consistent.
Now we are with Ice, which is a good RPG player overall, one of the strongest. Some of the players out there can talk about it, but yeah, Ice, very strong player. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how he does it. Let's see maybe some new strat, so has not been done by many players. He's not even taking the boost.
Yeah, that's I don't think that boost is quicker. Like when you're on a fast run out of that corner, that boost is placed deliberately awkwardly to make it so that you're going to lose too much speed going forward. I think that's deliberate. I think that's going to continue to be true even as players figure that out. And I think that this safe finish is going to see a lot of people get through when people fail the risky finish as well. This is one of those risky finishes as well. That is a long way away from the safe finish, so it's going to make it quite hard for us during rounds to see exactly if someone has failed the risky finish or if someone is on track to beat the to beat the safe finish. We're going to see a lot of very unexpected snipes, Nitro.
True, like the difference I think will be maybe not 1 second, or maybe it will, but like right now, some of the players, I don't know how many players have figured out yet the hard finish, but right now we have a 56.2 by Villain, which is, I gotta say, and we gotta say, we were a good time this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
For now,
I mean, that's...
for now,
it's good, exactly. We do have from Nickel M's own mouth, he thinks that a good time in rounds is probably going to be a low 53. We're still a long way off that. The player's still 2 or 3 seconds off. As I say that, as happens every single week, as soon as I start saying, here's a good time, the players are a long way off it, Beta Toast gets a whole second above the competition nearly. That is a better time. And Area then goes another half a second quicker. So the fast players are now definitely starting to figure out the track, and they are starting to go for these quick runs to see how far they can push it in the warm-up.
Exactly, because it feels like the map isn't that flowy at all for some parts.
No.
For the most map, I would say. But like having an area with a 0.4, while I was speaking, 0.4 ahead of better. I mean, did they discover something? Maybe on the... I think on the start there is something to do, for sure. There is something. I'm feeling it. I don't know why. With the boost at the start, with the bounce.
I think it's fun. I think almost more than anything else, legitimately, this is more traditional RPG map than a lot of the mini RPGs we see, in the sense that, like, as you say, the tricks don't flow into one another as cleanly a lot of the time, right? Which means that there's a lot more room for players to lose speed, time for players to lose time. And it's going to come down to how hard you want to risk it, because you can risk it much, much harder on a lot of places. You know, you can make decisions about how much you want to risk it. And that means that, yeah, there are going to be a couple of seconds just left on the table, it feels like, as players take a line a little bit safer because you aren't taking as much speed into the next trick.
Exactly, you have to keep that momentum on all the map, throughout the map, because otherwise, I think you'll be screwed. But there is going to be a mistake for sure. Mistakes can happen, will happen for sure. I don't think everyone do one mistake or two. I mean, every player will do a mistake, sure. And this map with the plastic bounces, which are not random, but like can gain a second.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we've seen throughout all the players that we've spectated, the bounce is rather not difficult, but I don't know, maybe an angle, more angle or less angle will have you'll have more speed or less speed, and or your speed can disappear like this.
Yeah. It's going to be an awful lot of fun. Listen, we got told by Nicolem he was looking forward to seeing how Discovery went this week. You know, he was trying out something a little bit different for mini RPG of the week. A few more baits, a little bit harder to discover the map in general. And I hope he's happy with how it's gone. I think we've had a lot of fun watching these players start to learn the map as well, and starting to figure out exactly what optimal lines are on it. The fact that there are so many baits, the map is not going to be as well optimized as a lot of our maps are going into these first rounds. The top players are still going to have a lot of learning to do, and we could see some of the big names drop out very early in the competition.
Exactly, yeah. Everything could happen, and I think a lot of players have watched the GPS, so maybe there isn't going to be much errors, but it's rather going to be on the whether you are consistent or not, and being fast overall.
Yeah. Absolutely, speed is key. Yeah, racing it makes a lot of sense. But I think what we are looking at, I think the bit that is going to be the trickiest, and I think the most potential right now for me for a completely alternate strat, is this checkpoint right here that Kozdo has just gone through, where there is that booster on the right, the big hole in the middle. It all comes down to that dirt turn previously. It comes on where you're coming out. If you have as much speed as, for example, Kozdo does going through there, you probably don't want to go for the booster. Some players, though, are going to feel more comfortable going for the booster every time, whether or not they're doing the standing respawn. I think we're going to see a few players do different things in that section.
Exactly, yeah. Everything in RPG, the thing is, there is multiple ways to get to the checkpoint or the finish line. But with a boost, it's something different, because like, do I want to risk it? Do I want to not risk it? What should I do? That's the question all the players are going to be asking themselves, for sure. So we'll have to see in 10 seconds. It is going to start. And yeah, let's see how the players will go, we do. And yeah.
See exactly what happens. That'll be the end of warm-up for Mini RPG of the Week. A couple of names that we're not as familiar with on that top 8 when we rounded out Glast and Villon, players who we haven't, I think, even seen play Mini RPG of the Week yet. Here they are in their first one. They've gotten a top 8 in warm-up. There are, of course, some more familiar names as well. Tarpor, Yanix, Beta Toast, all players that we definitely know. An area up there sitting at the top with a 54.8. Based on what we know, based on the off time on this map as well, there is still an awful lot of headroom for these players to improve, to get higher as we get into rounds. But with a nice warm-up round under our belts, we'll be getting ready to eliminate 8 players next round. And I got to ask you, with 99 players, nearly 100 on the server here, Nitro, how many do you think are going to be eliminated in round 1?
I don't know, maybe I would say, it's too bad, I would say 20.
20, that's high.
Nah, okay. For the first round, maybe 10, I would say. Some of,
All right.
the thing is, there are
Mhm.
dangerous parts, especially with the freewheel. There is a reset after the freewheel. But if you miss it, if you don't have the right way, if you don't have the right path, well, you're gonna be screwed, and you lost a lot of time. I don't know when. How does the finish time out long? 30 seconds?
It
1
looks
minute?
like it's pretty long for this one. It varies map to map based on the length and difficulty of the map, I think. The admins tend to change it week on week a little bit. We will see, I guess, when we get into the next round. I think you're being very optimistic with 10, if I'm being totally honest. We've already got a record number of players in the server. The previous record of 100 has just been beaten. We have 101 ready to start round 1. We're up to 102 now. I'll be honest, I think on this map there are a lot of very difficult tricks. There's a fairly hard route in general. I think we're going to be seeing 21 players eliminated in round 1.
21 players?
Yeah,
Damn.
that's my bet.
Let's not hope so, because I think some of the players out there are like, I can do this, even if I'm safe. I can do this. I can go top 50, or top 30. But yeah, as we can see with Sweel, well, the freewheel gets you, and
It's gonna get them. It's gonna get them.
You don't want it. You don't want the freewheel to.
Yeah. I will
go
also
crash.
tell you, nobody Nitro has, in the history on the cast for Mini RPG of the Week, correctly predicted how many players will be eliminated unless they go with the safe number and just say the amount that are due to be eliminated in that round. So, best of luck. Maybe it'll be 10, maybe it'll be 21, maybe this is the week that we finally get it right. All we know is that it is going to be a messy first round. And the scoreboard is going to be hard to follow.
And we can see that with the pipe already. A few players have done some mistakes. But some, I would say, yeah, 20 have not done checkbook 1, not done checkbook 2. But some of the players, damn, they are quick. Do not taking the reset, has not seen it, Sylvain. Yeah, I think I was optimistic by saying 10 eliminated in the first round. After all,
you have faith in this community, all right, Nitro. It's faith that
No.
I do not have anymore.
I don't want to jinx, man. Nah.
It's far too
Come on,
late for
guys.
that. The players are well jinxed. We're on board with Sylvain, who is trying to chase on to this one at the moment. Is currently, well, was down in a low position, is now already up into 66. That is the amount of players who are currently on this middle section of the track are being forced to reset on a few of these as well. And he's going to try for this jump out of it onto the dirt, and we'll see if they go for the boost. It's still going to be well in the safe zone. 76th at the moment, just needs to make it up over the hill into the plastic bonk. Won't even bonk. This is feeling like a pretty safe run. You just need to not fail the finish. And the trick is, this early on in many of these next rounds as well, you can just play it safe.
Yep, and talking about safe, look at what Sylvain's doing. Taking the safe, not even taking the safe finish.
They will take the safe finish if I give them a second.
Nah, he has time. He has still time. You know, safe finish. The thing is, you have still time. This is an easier route than the hard finish, I think. So, yeah, going to the safe finish, he is, and he's safe for the next round.
Yeah, it is
So
going to be well safe. 77th, 97th is the last place eliminated. And, well, there's a lot of DNFs this round, so we're going to see 22. I've been run off so many times. This can't keep happening. The players can't keep getting away with it. I swear to God, there is a conspiracy to screw me over on this Nitro. I will eventually get this right, goddammit.
Man, 22 players. And even, oh my gosh, that is huge. Envy. Yeah, I feel you, Tapo. Envy going out on the first round feels bad, man. Feels bad.
It's a pretty feels bad moment. There were some good players going out nice and early on. But hey, that's the nature of the beast. We're into round 2 here. 22 players already gone. 21 was my guess. We'll see how many we lose in round 2, because I think there's a decent chance it's more than 8 again.
Maybe not 22 players, but yeah, with the mistake that we're seeing right now, yeah, 20 players eliminated on this round.
I mean, that's still a lot of players.
Yeah,
I mean, surely not more than like 11 this time, right? Half of the players that we eliminated last time around.
I mean, 100 players. Going from 100 to 80 players in one instant, it's super hard, especially for the players who got eliminated.
It's tough. Hey, I guess next time, drive faster. It's the unfortunate truth of it. It is how the game works. There is just your own skill to put on the line, and that's why it's so much fun as well, right? I mean, that's why the community is so great. It's hard to really blame anyone except yourself, and it does mean that all of the improvements you can make, you feel yourself getting better all the time. That's all on you, baby, and that's a very satisfying feeling to have in the back pocket. We are on board with Gold, who is in a dangerous position, and honestly, we might just be seeing 8 players eliminated this round. This is 74th, making their way to the line, and in fact, it's still neck and neck. Gold is having to go for this risky fin. Will get up, gets a 71st, but needed to take the risky fin to do it. Limco might be in danger now, is forced to go for this risky fin as well. Klempers is going to make it across the line. It's a 75th. We're just going to see 8 eliminations, and Limco and Klempers both got across that risky fin. It didn't matter.
Yep, I mean, players happen. I mean, heroes happen, and yeah, you want to go to the hard finish if you want to be safe. And we've seen it with not Klempers, but the other guy before him. I don't remember his name, unfortunately. Sorry, man.
Yeah. We'll see them later. It'll be fine.
8 players.
Yeah.
We're going straight.
It's congratulations to the players. They learned it quicker than we were giving them credit for, right? They got a lot better at this map very quickly, and that means all of a sudden you do kind of need to know how to drive the map from all of these rounds on.
Exactly, yeah. Consistency is everything. If you have the lines, if you know how much speed you need for a certain turn or for a certain part, I mean, right now it's just mental and consistency. That's all. That's all it matters right now, especially in RPG where no mistakes should happen. One mistake and you might be out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's for sure.
Yeah, this is a map where I'm going to say mistakes decided a lot later probably than some of previous maps that we've had. Maps that are a little bit more flowy, maps where you can get the line down, and maybe as time goes on they just start to feel like normal maps. This is going to be one that feels like an RPG map all the way up until the final round. And we are already seeing some very good players at risk of elimination here in early rounds. Bozbez in 64th. Branko is behind him. Nabla behind them as well. And there's another mistake from Bozbez as well. And that's going to make life a little bit hard. Branko will make it into this turn. Still needs to keep going. Still looking to break out of this elimination zone. Should be surely clear of it by the time they get into this next checkpoint. Not even. It's all going to be down to this risky fin again.
Exactly. Let's see how Branko is doing. Not on the pipe, on the black part. Taking it safe, rather slowly. Is he gonna go? No! I wanted to see Branko with the hard finish, but I think he took it.
He did. He managed to make it in safely. Bozbez, though, I believe, at either risk of elimination or already eliminated. Bozbez eliminated in 66th. Nyaruko gone as well, and that's a few big players. We said it. This is a week where they're going to start dropping out pretty early.
That is very surprising, considering that Bozbez is a very good player overall. But yeah, I mean, like you said it earlier, like there are some players that have a different style. I would say a favorite style. Like we can say Mika with ice, we can say Chroma with full speed, and there are players specialized in RPG and mini RPG. And well, things happen, mistakes happen, and yeah, Bozbez getting eliminated. That's so sad, man.
He's a mouse player, so you just say someone else got on his PC and accidentally changed his DPI. It wasn't his fault. He'll be back and he'll be stronger next week. No problem, no doubt. Just blame it on anything except yourself. It's the way to go, and it's a good time. No, listen, it is, I think, just a sign of exactly how hard this map is. As you kind of said a few times, mistakes will cost these players. And you can't be affording to make too many of them. Let's see who are the players at risk at the moment who we don't think should be. I see BMX down at the bottom. I see Nako, and I'm seeing Speed Self. Again, good names falling down on the early checkpoints.
Exactly, and Speed Self, if you take a look at the top right corner, Speed Self is the top one on the leaderboard for the local records. He did it on the first round, elimination round. 54.4, rather a good time if you are not necessarily fast, but rather being consistent. Because yeah, the thing is, if you're consistent, maybe you are you're taking less risks, but maybe going a little faster than other players. So yeah, and as I speak, Jaja with a 54.3 ahead 0.1 of Speed Self. Yeah, That's a good time. That's a
It's
nice
pretty
time.
strong. That is a strong time. It's enough to top the leaderboard. Right now, though, Branko needs to find a good finish. He's in 58. This is the last elimination spot. Someone has failed in front. I think it's Nabla right in front. Will get that finish that time around. That means that Branko will drop in. I say 56 will drop. No, it was 58 who gets eliminated, and it's X-Lenses who does drop. Glast BS dropping as well. The player from the S Plus, I believe. That's a little bit surprising, as that was a player that I think is still near the top 10 for times on this track.
He's not on the maybe top 10. Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he's not quite top 8, but he was very close to these times.
Yeah, and Ender getting eliminated also. Ender, a very good player also.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're losing quite a good players on these first rounds. Yeah, being fast is not everything, you know.
True. Tarpor says, hey, keep practicing, right? Get that consistency down as well. It's going to be fun. This is one of those maps that also, you know, it was said by Nicolem that he set out to make it kind of huntable, right? That this is something that you could bash your head off for a little while if this is kind of mini RPG, a style that you like. There's room to get this time very, very low. And that is maybe something that we'll see over coming time. Of course, all of these maps do get added to the RPG Trackmania server on 2020, alongside a bunch of other very good mini RPG maps. So, you know, go and hang out in that room sometimes. It's a lot of fun to play on that.
Yeah, because the thing is, before casting, I was like, yeah, some of the players like hunting maps. RPG is like you want to have that top 1 position on the leaderboard, on the world leaderboard. Because RPG is, I think, the most huntable, one of the most huntable styles. Not overall, because you know other styles exist, of course. But yeah, RPG is something special, and it's not given to everyone to be good on RPG. But you can improve by hunting the maps.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say Speed Self. I think it's just gone. Yeah, is all the way back at this checkpoint, and that is Speed Self, second on the leaderboard, going to be eliminated in 57th place. Calvo Rider here too. Uber Makara, we saw head straight first into a wall in the middle, and it is a player from Loading as well. That's got to feel bad, Nitro.
Yep. Uganos, yeah. I mean, it hurts, man, seeing one of your teammates getting eliminated. One Loading down. I mean,
still a few left though, right? Still a few left in the competition, and either way, you'll be here after anyone else, Nitro, because they can't get rid of the casters that easily. They will try. They muted my microphone at the start. Definitely couldn't have been my fault, but we still have a few good players left in this one as well. I'm seeing Zykub. I'll let you tell me how to pronounce that name. Currently in the bottom 4, but so is Yannick, so good company.
Yeah, so Zykub in French, because obviously it's how we pronounce it.
Mais oui.
Exactly, yeah, oui, baguette. But yeah, Xcube, or Xcube, it doesn't matter. I don't even know, I think he doesn't know that English players can pronounce his name, actually. So I'll have to ask him for maybe future casts. Or,
yeah, that's fine. Look, we gotta learn to pronounce the French names here, alright? There's enough of them floating around that we can say Ziku, that's not too hard as well. But what we can also look at is the fact that Jura Jojo is currently just crashing this first checkpoint. Is going to need to find the speed to make it, and is going to need to find an awful lot of time if they want to make it back into the safe zone as well. They are still ahead of Lingo, who has DNF. 3 DNFs this round means you literally just need to overtake one person and you are safe as Jura Jojo, but that may be it. That one more crash may be all she wrote. 54 seconds to get to the finish line and hope that someone else is crashing in front of you. I think that is it. We're gonna say goodbye to both Jura and Lingo on this round.
That's sad, Lingo being a consistent player overall, but like right now, seeing in DNFing, it's hard to see. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he will get it next time. Maybe he didn't feel the map. It happens. Maybe some players doesn't like the map but still want to play overall. Yeah, DNFing is so sad to see.
Yeah. Listen, I think Lingo said as well that he was having some lag issues this week, and these things do happen. Factors outside your control, unfortunately, get in the way of gaming sometimes. I think everyone who has played video games online at some point in their life has experienced lag beyond their control, and it is legitimately a frustrating experience, and it is a little bit unfortunate when it gets in the way of competition as well. We'll watch Jura drop out, though. We'll watch Lingo go as well. Entei, Captain Driz alongside them, and we will head towards our top 50. Half the field now eliminated as we barrel down the field.
And speaking of the map and overall better toast, if you see on the local records, he has done 53.6, which is a pretty decent time, I would say. Yeah, pretty good time. But yeah, like seeing Darrigan, switched. Never mind. We're now on board with Skyron again, switching. Lawyer. Come on.
Fine, we gotta stick with the players at risk, and right now that is Skyron. Listen, he's got a French in his name, and he will overtake Beta Toast as well. The player who, did just top the leaderboard, now finds themselves at risk of elimination in the next round.
Yeah, right now I think he's pretty safe, considering that he's 47th, and he's 5th, which is he's safe. He just can go with everything, safe path. Safe whatever you want, but now better don't do anything stupid, don't do any mistakes, and you're good, man. You're good. Go ahead.
It'll be fun. That is the thing. When you have those players at the top of the leaderboard sitting near the back and around, you know they have the raw speed to get there. They just need to clean up their act a little bit. There will be Dank TM finding a 43rd. We will not see an Irish player eliminated this round. We will see a Branko eliminated this round. We will also see Sylvain eliminated, the player who we were on board with for a while early on. Unfortunately going to be dropping out. Branko, though, I think definitely the name that we have to take note of dropping out here.
Yep. We almost did 80% of the discovery with him. So it's kind of sad to see him go this early on the event. But 100 players to 50, I think he has done a good run. But maybe next time he would do better. But I don't doubt it.
Yeah, absolutely. A player who has been, I believe, inside the top 10 several times previously, but as I flick back through the Liquipedia here on my second monitor, I'm trying to figure out when the last time was. It's been a few weeks for Branko for sure, and a 50th is a nice place to finish, but you'll always want to do better every single time. We are well inside that top 50 now, and we are going to jump on board with Beta Toast for this first checkpoint or so, and we'll see exactly who the next big name, a recognizable name, to get eliminated is. We've seen some people struggle even with this first checkpoint. We saw Yannick have to respawn it a couple of times in a previous round, and at the moment it will be Area, a player who is still in 5th place on the leaderboard, and there will be the loading player Z-Cube himself in 44th at the moment.
Z-Cube and one again in the dangerous area. He will have to risk it all if he wants to be safe. I hope he did the reset. Yeah, nice. But now he has to go. How can I say that?
Gotta go fast.
He has to give everything. Yeah,
just
he has
Sonic.
to give everything, man. He has to go supersonic.
Yeah.
He has to go supersonic. Like,
he has to go supersonic racing. He has to go supersonic racing. It's the only option.
And speaking of the good players, overall good players, but of the famous players, what again in this dangerous area, who took the boost, which is surprising. A lot of speed. He can take on some players, some additional players, and now he's not even in the red. But Chrome is in the red right now, which is 4, 6, 17, and he's safe. ZQB is safe, but missed the hard finish, I think, and he's out on this round, finishing last.
Drop out. It's tough. Someone's got to be eliminated this time around. It will be MacDod, Jam, Pimmer, and Tankrom. As we head down towards 40 players, we will continue to eliminate 4 players at a time until we hit 16. That means there are still plenty of rounds to go. You can see we're only on round 10 of 24, but it's those later rounds where things do start to go a little bit quicker, and they do start to get a little bit more tense as these players make less and less mistakes.
I see on this first checkpoint, some of the players are going for the boost rather than going for the bounce first. I don't know if that's a good strat, but I think it is. I've not seen anyone who went for this strat, I would say, go win the red after that. So rather not, I would say it's a safe, but also a risky strat, because the boost is so small, so tiny. If you touch it, if you touch the boost, the pillars next to it, I mean, you can be screwed. And yeah, that's
true. We
it's
love
what
it when Risky
happens.
traps. Blackpool's finds a really interesting water bounce there to bang his head off the ceiling, and now will be struggling for pace a little bit in the middle of the map. When he was in the elimination zone already, that makes things a little bit dicey. It'll be risky finish and hope for a snipe at the end here. Did anyone fall off the beam? There's a respawn for him. Simon Blackpulse is in 37th, needs to nail this first time, will climb, will get a 34th, as there are still plenty of players taking the long way around, going for that safe finish at the moment. And means Simon, who did respawn just before that last checkpoint, Alec B's, Jojo and Mythics drop out in this round instead.
Yeah, because I saw one player that was upside down on the reactor, I think, and I was like, man, congratulations, you've done enough, you've done good. But yeah, I think fast respawn is also what's best. If you have good time reaction, if you're fast on the respawn, maybe you can be safe by 1 or 2 places. But if you're not fast enough, like on every race game, whether it's a respawn or simply driving, well, it's going to be dangerous for you.
Just gotta go fast, and I'm glad you brought it up so I didn't have to this week. Sometimes you got to cut your losses, and you have to be quick on pulling that respawn button as well. Very true on this map. I think a lot of above a lot of others, like just there, Hostile. There's going to be late rounds where someone is clearly missing that kind of this narrow gap, where if they just pull the respawn a little bit quicker, they're going to need to be a little bit more aggressive with it. We are now on board with MROTW, a player who we know well here on the stream, has been on the cast for a lot of editions previously, is right in the danger zone at the moment. He's in good company, surrounded by Dank TM, surrounded, well, I was gonna say by a couple of other good players, but a lot of them are climbing away from him very quickly. Here's a big crash from Dank. We may have to say goodbye to the Irish player here. It's a very stylish car he's driving though, so I'm happy to watch him do it.
Yeah, I mean, being Dank at the moment, I saw him doing some bounces on the walls. Maybe not the bounces you want to do overall, but yeah, Dank, you have to risk it all, or maybe it's too late.
I think maybe too late.
It is. Yeah. That's sad, but I'm seeing Yannex with 16 seconds. He escaped the danger zone a lot of times. But,
not much this time though.
Yeah, not that much, by 3 seconds and more. So I think he knew that he was safe, but gotta keep going. Gotta be fast. Always.
It's that mental game as well, right? Like when you have a bad round, I think sometimes you can start to overthink it. I definitely can. You know, if I have a bad round, then the next round, all of a sudden, turns that you were very comfortable on before, you're just trying to make sure that you're safe on them, and you're going to still need to be fast. That's, you know, maybe something to keep an eye on. Does Yannex now have a couple more shaky rounds before he rediscovers his form, or is he straight back to the top of the leaderboard? If there is someone I trust to get straight back to the top of the leaderboard, to have that mental edge, it is probably Yannex, you know, the ex-TMGL player, slash maybe looking to fight his way back at the moment, player who's in the lobby. But I guess we will see how things do start to play out. Down at the bottom, it is starting to get more competitive. We're seeing names like Ziku back down there, Mockfish back down there, and now BMX joining them as well.
Overall, good RPG, good players. Area, we've seen him, I think it was the Discovery or the first round with that elimination. I don't even remember. He was pretty good, pretty good overall. He is in top 8 position on the leaderboard on the local records. So I think, and as I'm seeing this, take a look at the top 4, bottom 4. Rather stacked players. Yannex, BMX, Ice and What Again. Now they have to hope for mistakes on front, because they don't want to get eliminated in the 30 places. That's not what you want. And Yannex being safe, Ice being safe too.
No! But, well, there goes the caster. That's a little bit unfortunate. He still has time. Maybe no, he doesn't. He's across in 31st, and Mocked had to respawn one too many times. But a lot of those good players, I think, showing their class there at the end. Yannex, Walligan, players like this, able to just nail that finish first time while players in front of them were struggling. Exactly.
You have to keep your, not only your momentum, but your mental aspect, I would say, because when you are in the red, you are in this, I don't know, you are frightened to be eliminated, so you want to push, but sometimes pushing is not the way, because Imagine pushing and taking a wall after that. You lose all of your speed and you are out. And you don't want that. You want to avoid that at any risk.
It's true. Don't hit walls, I think, is good advice on any track, but especially true on one like this, where you do need all of that speed to make it into the next jump, to catch the next speed check as well. And as has been pointed out in Twitch chat here, some of those first speed checks are pretty brutal. This one in particular, it's so hard when you have to go back, take the long way and gather speed for it, that you end up a long way behind the track. As this is Savier trying to get the speed for this one as well. You need the turnaround and then you need the angle. Also quite tough. The fight to stay in the competition further up the field as well, very tough area. Again, a player that you mentioned did well in early discovery, sitting again on the elimination zone and has been riding this line for a little while.
We've seen, like, right now he's taking some players out. He's being faster than some of the players, and it is rather stacked on front of low. Fortunately, on the red, two loading players.
Yep.
Yote out, because Salia does forget is Yote. But yeah, it's Corey and La Salia. But yeah, Nabla, Flo, and Dar again in the red state. Maybe one is going to be saved. Nope, not at all.
It's a rough round for loading. Two players eliminated at the same time. Like, maybe if they'd worked together, I don't know, if they'd managed to be a little bit faster, one of them could have given up the place to the other one. But nope, they will drop out in 28th and 27th. And there's still at least one. I think Zikub managing to climb back out has been at risk a lot, but is still managing to stay alive in the competition. Meanwhile, at the top of the leaderboard, a low 53. Beta Toast goes to a 53.1. An incredibly impressive time on that round. It was said by the mapper, Nicolem said he reckoned a 53.1 was maybe possible, but, you know, maybe there's still a chance we go lower. There's still plenty of competition left.
Exactly, because you can see overall, even with seeing the players like playing, obviously, you can be so fast in some parts. Like that is unbelievable. But the thing is, speed checks. Yeah, Marius. I saw him being hitting the plastic,
on the edge,
part. Yeah, on the edge. The speed checks and kill you in an instant on this map. Because I saw him. I think it was Ujura that said it. Speed checks can kill you, and yeah, I mean, it's in the name. If you don't have the speed, well, it's going to be over for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Jura was here in Twitch chat saying that, hey, those first speed checks are a bit tough, and they're still catching out some very good players. Marius having to make the fight back. Nako trying to fight back as well, hitting directly into this pole off respawn twice in a row. Maybe one respawn too many. We'll see when we get to the finish line now. Marius has managed to climb in front. BMX just in front of them. It all comes down to a risky finish now. They need to hope that someone has failed in front of them as well. Someone has failed in front of them. There's one spot up for grabs. It looks like there wasn't quite. BMX managed to beat out Marius, but there was someone, as you say, on the safe run. It looked like Yog managing to get there. And BMX, Marius, and Nako, Skyron as well, will all drop out in the same round.
The safe Meister going out before the top 16. That is not what you usually see. Even of the previous editions, I think he went after the top 16. Yeah. So it's rather surprising from him, as you know, Marius, it's a safe Meister. Going safe is sometimes the way, but sometimes the way can catch you and you can do some mistakes. And
that's true.
Where we saw that with the speed checks that Hazard is taking right now, Hazard in the red zone at the moment. Going safe with Beta Toast.
These are two players neck and neck, and the field a little bit in front of them, but neither of them is going to get away from each other in the middle of the map here. You feel like maybe Beta could do it. This is a matchup that could honestly have been the finals right now, and they are fighting for elimination.
Exactly, because Hazard, a really good LPG player overall, that is respected in this area, in the LPG area, I would say. He's really fast, but like right now, he's might risk it all to be safe.
They have to. There's one spot maybe up for grabs. They've gone for it. Hazard has absolutely flown through that finish. Absolutely incredible. Climbed up about 4 places at the very end. Beta, on the other hand, not going to make it through. The player at the top of the local leaderboard will drop out in 19th place.
And that is so... The thing is, he did a strat that we've never seen before, I think. The players are respected. He's even risked it, like going on the, how can I say that, going deep, getting the bounce with the reactor, so getting more speed to get to the hard finish. It's so clever, and he got 2 players dash trap. That is that is really impressive from Hazard. Yeah, right now the last round 4 eliminated, as we see Yannex on the 16 positions on the red area, and he's clipping the black area with the reset. So he's going with less speed. Maybe he's gonna get the dirt part, not going that high, but keeping that momentum, getting that speed, keeping that speed.
Yannick's still hunting for a good finish. It's been a while since he's even had a top 10. And this could be an early elimination again. On the last round of 4 eliminations, Yannick has a lot to do. Will need to be doing a hazard full sending at the end. This inside jump, we've seen a couple of top players taken. We haven't really mentioned it on stream because, well, we've not been at the top. We're getting to the top now. Yannick has climbed 15th. He needs a good end. It looks like it might be good enough. It will be 12th place. And the player who will get denied, it looks like it might be Zikub. Unfortunately, he'll drop to 17th. Yannick with the last couple of turns does everything he needed to.
Oh my gosh, like it's paying off, being fast and risky, paying off with the bounces, and he went above 2 players, being faster than 2 players, and now he's going on the 2 elimination rounds. 2 players eliminated, sorry.
Well.
As we're seeing what again, doing a mistake on the pipe. Maybe he was going too early with the job.
Gotta send him back to Royals, man. I mean, clearly he needs to spend more time practicing his pipes.
You know that there was that one TMGO map called Vertigo that was all about pipes, and as I was doing the OGL, I was like, I'm gonna train on the pipes. But man, it could help, but for me, it didn't help at all. Like pipes, I feel like pipes is something not random, but you have to release a lot, and yeah.
Yeah,
if you risk it, you're done.
It's true. We're going to have to start talking about pipes too much because Deployer, he will spend all day talking about how good he is as a pipe player. And listen, we don't got time for that. But we do have time for the last 2 eliminations here before we get towards our top 10. Tarpor in the hot seat at the moment. Not enough speed to go for that inside line that we saw demonstrated last round by Yannick. Yannick, by the way, who has set a new local best this round after a close one last time, has gotten a very low 53. Tarpor will drop out. No players failing the end at this point, and it's Tarpor and Senghis who drop out in 12th and 13th.
Yep, Yannick with the 33.0. That is by Nicolene. Like he said it to us. 53.5 was a good time, but 0.5 ahead of this time, it is super dank, and that's a nice time indeed. Good job, Yannick.
An insanely good time. I mean, surely we don't manage to break 52 before the competition ends, but it does look like if anyone comes back to hunt this map, that's going to definitely be up for grabs. Right now, do you know what is up for grabs? A spot on the Liquipedia page. One of the 2 players this eliminated this round makes it into the top 10.
Oh, it's top 10 on the Liquipedia.
It's top 10 on the Liquipedia, yeah.
Ah, I didn't know.
It's something to compete for, right? Yeah, it's a good time.
Always.
And right now, Walligan and Hazard.
Yep, Hazard on that red area with normal. Hazard going fast. I've seen some players on this spot going for a little grass slide on that dirt. It's paying off actually with Hazard being faster than normal. So going in not on the red zone anymore. Now he has to risk it, but Maxu and normal staying in the back. Unfortunately, and they are both out.
Yeah, listen, Maxu may drop out in 10th place, but I think we just got a little preview of what the world record strat on the finish is going to look like in the next couple of months. Catch that inside wheel on the finish and you rocket straight up. A very interesting way to finish. Unfortunately, a very interesting way to exit the competition there for Maxu. Yog has called his shot in chat. He said this is as far as he makes it. I guess we'll see. I think we're still going to see mistakes decide a few more of these rounds, and we'll see if everyone makes this first speed check. Yannick makes it across, and I think for the first time in a while, most of our players have made that first speed check.
Yep, everyone is going in with the reset. A little touch by Willem, but not losing him that much speed, I would say. Yannick's in the red zone with Willem. The two players have to push it. like as fast as they could, and Venom is pushing it, as we can see right now. He's catching up a bit on some players of that on the water park. Yog doing a little mistake with that grass slide, as I talked about, going for the boost, unfortunately, because he knows he has to risk it. But he touched the wall, and now Yannick's going in for Alpha Dream because he knows it's dangerous. Maybe with the PayPal, and Yannick is in, but Philom unfortunately is not in and got eliminated on that round.
Hey, it's a top 10 for Velom, though. The last loading player left in the competition will drop out in 8th place. Alpha Dream in 9th. Yog will survive another round, and Yannick continues to overtake people in the last couple of turns to stay alive. Top 7 guaranteed now. We are in the last double elimination round. From here, we're going to be moving to single elimination until we get to our finals. And there are a lot of very good players, a lot of very fast players left in the competition.
Yeah, because right now I think 50% of the players right now are on the local records. For example, Yannick, Jaja, Ice. So yeah, overall good players, fast players. But right now, one mistake and you are out. So all about the mental. Yog. Oh, not even one eliminated.
No, one more round until one eliminated. It's inside top 6 is when that starts. So it'll be 2 eliminated this round. And then we're down to 1. It means that this is a fairly brutal round. This is going to be very tough on whoever does get eliminated because, hey, it's 2 very good players, whatever happens. And right now it's Ice who's in that elimination zone, but this is one of the closest rounds we have seen yet. Ice getting a little bit wide on that one now, has a lot to do in the last couple of turns, maybe relying on a fail in front. That's a fail. That's into the tree for Ice, but he manages to recover it. Does get overtaken by Yog. There's a player moving slow. The car in front is slow. Ice just dodges the wall, but will be there. Is inside the top 5, just about to finish. The finish is such a struggle, and Walligan will take 5th place instead. Ice just trying to play it a little bit too safe, cutting it too fine on the inside wall, and it'll be a 7th place finish as Area takes 6th.
That's so sad because I saw like Ice going, like you said, like thin, close to the wall with the reactor, but unfortunately 2 wheels got in, but 2 wheels were out. And unfortunately Ice is out overall, but yeah, that's so sad to see. Imagine the frustration that Ice were going through.
Yeah,
oh my
absolutely.
Gosh.
That's a tough round to lose, but that's the way a lot of players I think are going to go out over the next few rounds, in tough ways, like Jaja failing the first speed check. There you go, that's a tough way to go out. I say going out. Walligan is still not over that speed check either. In fact, I think Jaja's in front. I think Walligan DNFs. Just says, look, I'm not going to catch up. A little bit of frustration at that first speed check, and that means that you just need to make it to the end and you are safe this round.
Yep, exactly. Well, I think players know, especially Jaja, know that he's safe. Maybe he has the IHUD on, and he's seen Walligan with the DNF status. Unfortunately, for what again, that is so sad. He didn't get the speed check twice in a row, I think. So that is very sad. But Jaja and all the other players are safe and sound.
Yeah. Hey, Yog will be happy. Makes it onto the TM news after saying he was going to drop out in top 10. Made a top 10 for the first time since week 9. It has been 2 months since the top 10 finish for Yog as well. So you got to be happy about those. Just 4 players left. It's exciting. Yaya does still need to make it across this finish at some point. That'd be great. Thanks very much. Climbs up and we'll get there. Hey, 23 seconds behind the pack. Doesn't matter when there's a DNF behind you. We are now playing for the podium positions.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, with the overall results that I do for TM News, is that you see some players that we've never seen before. I'll take the example, I think, of last week's. It was Blixie that won.
Just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, who is this guy? And I saw the replay with Yannick VOD, and I was like, man, he was so good. Yeah. But right now, Yog in front of Jaja, he's getting the speed check. going in, but he's in last position.
He's still behind Jaja. Needs to get this next one as well to keep things competitive. Will get it, and Jaja didn't. Jaja forced to go all the way back to get speed for this one. This time around, will make it. Look, it's mini RPG of the week. You do not DNF, because until every car has crossed the line, there is still a chance. But Jaja now has to risk it, has to try and get some speed back, because you don't want to make the fight back happen. You don't want to see someone make a mistake in front of you and then lose by a couple of tenths anyway.
Exactly, you don't want to DNF. That's not the way to go. But like, yeah, DNF is the worst thing to do on those situations, because you know, it's as I'm saying this, I was about to say everything can happen, a fail can happen, but well, Yog is staying strong and he's in, while Jaja is out with 13 seconds.
Hey, it happens, right? It's still a top 4 finish. It's still incredible, but what a podium we have lined up for week 17. Hazard and Yannick, joined by Yog, the player who didn't back himself to get out of the kind of top 10. Here he is against two of the best RPG and mini RPG players. I'll say it. They're two of the best mini RPG players in the world at the moment, and it is going to be them that Yog needs to try and take down. This is a map that is brutally difficult. There could still be mistakes, but you can see it already. Yog falling behind. Does everyone make the speed check? Everyone does make the first speed check. Second speed check coming up. It's also a little bit of an aim check, a little bit of a skill check. All three of these players are practiced at this point. I think Yog's going to need to find a couple of attempts to catch these guys, because I'm not sure that we're going to see mistakes this round.
Exactly, that is so close. We've never seen, I think, Yannick with the mistake with the clip.
He went
on that
so low
on that jump.
He went so low on this turnaround, and it ends up catching him out this second time he does it, but now he needs a mistake in front of him.
But I think Yog right now, with the pressure, he's going safe, as we can see on that black bar, on that grass.
Don't fail to
He's gonna
finish,
be safe
Yog.
with almost a clip. Don't do anything stupid, Yog.
Don't fail
You're
it.
safe. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna call it. Yog is gonna finish first in front of Hazard. And it's gonna be, I think this is gonna be a close match between those two. But that is very surprising, and yeah, one mistake.
That's all it takes, baby.
Exactly.
That's mini RPG of the week. That's why we love it. Yannick drops out in third. The final round to be contested by Hazard and Yog. You've called it. Yog to win. Listen, I'll go the other way just for the sake of a little bit of argument. I think Hazard has the consistency to take it. I don't think he's going to miss it. Little bit of suspense. The server's on board with it as the stream takes a second to start the final round, and we are underway. Surely both these players make a speed check. Yog, we've seen him take slightly safer lines than the other players already. Differences as Hazard goes for the full speed boost on it. He's so close to the inside there. Yog fully outside instead. Now, do both of them have the speed for the speed check? Hazard definitely looks like he does. Does Yog have it as well? Yes, he does. We don't want to see this round decided by mistakes, but we do want to see Yog start to close the gap a little bit. The turnaround, both of them much higher than Yannick spent in the last round. They'll both have easily the speed to clear this middle speed check. Most of the speed checks now completely out of the way. From here, it is just precision. It'll just come down to the finish, is what it's starting to feel like. Yog needs to find room to catch up to Hazard. Hazard goes for the outside line. He takes that booster as well. He is pulling off into the distance, and I'm not sure there's enough track left for Yog to catch him. Hazard, what a round from him. What a run this has been. He just needs to make the finish. He will do so one last time, and with plenty of time to spare, by over a second and a half, Hazard will win Mini RPG of the Week edition number 17.
That's a GG for Hazard. He had the speed. He went for every boost possible on this map, and it paid off. Unfortunately for Yog, he was not fast enough, but that is a good performance from him. That is so good to see. He didn't fail anytime, but I feel like he had some very heavy pressure on him for that round. But we can only but congratulate him for that second place.
It's a very, very strong second place. Again, Yog said it once we got inside the top 10 players. He was in chat in the lobby saying like, well, that's it. I'm happy. I don't need to go any further, and I'm not going to. And then here he is with a second place finish. Absolutely incredible stuff. But that is going to do it for us here at Mini RPG of the Week number 17. The competition is over, but let me remind you to get involved on the Discord. And of course, we're always looking for mappers. There needs to be a new map every week, and that means we need a new one every week. We need the community to be helping to get them in. Talk to Zeterate on the Discord server, and he'll let you know exactly what the requirements are. It is open to anyone at any time. Nitro, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed your first week here on Mini RPG of the Week.
That was super good. I didn't expect it to be that hype, I would say, because I was like a little bit stressed, but like right now it's a relief. I hope I will be able to do some more casts in the future, because I want to get some experience for the casts and seeing the players, because I'm on the playing field, but sometimes being on the casting field is can you some experience when you are on the track. I mean, everything goes not with the price, I would say, but yeah, that is super good. Thank you for having me on this edition.
Absolutely. And listen, we hope that you'll come back at some point as well, Nitro. Is there anything else you'd like to shout out? Any socials, anything you want to shout out before you go?
Yeah, you can find me on at NitroFane on Twitter if you want to get a photo. On TMU you can always follow me, because I post every result basically. But yeah, nothing that special, I would say. I'm just a regular guy casting and playing Trackmania and doing everything, helping the community, because that's my goal. Always helping the community, and yeah, that is so good. And yeah, Twitter at NitroFate, and that's it. You can give me a follow, and I will appreciate it.
Yeah, you heard the man. Get over there and follow him, or I'm not letting you play next week. All right, that's you listening right now at home, or if you're watching the VOD afterwards, the VODs can be found on YouTube on Zeterate's channel. With that, we are out of here. Thank you one more time for joining us. We will see you back next week for edition number 18 of Mini RPG of the Week.
Salute.
All I seek to find is a world that's mine. Need a place to hide. Will you free my mind?